together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's all IP to the bookies. All IP to the bookies. All IP to the bookies. All IP to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have the last baseball slate until the All-Star break. We won't get another full baseball slate or another baseball slate, Tim, until Friday. So this week's going to be interesting, having to get through it knowing that we don't have all the normal baseball. But with that being said, we do have the WNBA as well. We have a full slate on that one. 5 games in the WNBA. Wow. And then we got to the CFL, BC, and Montreal. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1 right and 1 wrong in the world of sports betting. Baseball was strong for me. CFL continues to be a nightmare start to the CFL season, as it's basically locked up to be another losing week, and I just can't have winning weeks in the CFL. That's just not allowed. But we'll get into the baseball one first. Actually, we'll just do CFL first, get that out of the way. I went 0-3. Ottawa, I love it when the players look decent at halftime, and then they decide I'm scoring nothing in the second half. That happened with Calgary, and that basically happened with Ottawa. They scored, I think, all 3 points in the second half. Like, it was brutal. It was awful. For whatever reason, the teams I bet on, they only show up for the first half. Ottawa plus 115 was a loser. Ottawa team total over 20.5 was a loser. Full game over 44.5 was a loser. Ottawa had a chance at the end of the game to drive the field and tie up the game, and that would have helped cash my over. That would have helped cash the team total. That would have potentially helped with the money line. And, of course, they get sacked, and then they just didn't get it. And then that was it. So 0-2 or 0-3 in the CFL as struggles continue there. Hoping it improves soon. But on the flip side, baseball was really strong yesterday. 7-4-2 up 1.76 units. Started off 4-0. So the day could have been better because I started off 4-0. Yankees team total over 4.5. Full game over 8.5. When in doubt, back the Yankees against the lefty, fade them against the righty. We'll get into that today. Baltimore, Minnesota over 8.5. That line dropped a full run, and when it went down to 7.5, you grab the over, and it finished 6-2. So the over hit there. Cardinals first 5 as Miles Michaelis looked good yesterday. That was nice to see. Winner there. Texas Rangers forgot there was a baseball game yesterday. First 5 full game double up on the run lines were losers. Milwaukee first 5 pushed. They had a 4-1 lead and a 5-4 lead in the first 5, and I got a push, and then they lost the full game. The Oakland-Boston first 5 under was a void. Cleveland triple up was a smash. First 5 run line, full game -1, team total over, all hit today, or all hit yesterday. Seattle first 5 pushed. The Mets lost. So overall 7-4-2 up 1.76 units. Unfortunately, though, 7-7-2. Down a quarter unit, and overall July 73-71-7 down 0.92 units. So not a winning day for me yesterday, but hoping to turn around today.
Yeah, it was a slightly down on the site. So we had our second losing day in 8 days. So we're still doing okay for the month of July, I believe. Let's pull that up. Up 7.32 units in July. Yesterday was down 2.31, 2.13, sorry, which started off WNBA. It's just up and down. I just don't. Right now, it's a little bit down. Seattle, New York over did not hit. Although Seattle put up 76 points, I'm like, oh, that would be fantastic. And then I saw the Liberty put up 80. Not good. doubled down on that Baltimore game, and it worked out nicely. Over 7.5 and the Baltimore money line. Both of them nice cashers. Texas can go kick rocks. We had the run line. They lost outright by 5 runs. Fantastic. Shout out to Mr. Gavin Williams. First career MLB win. We had the Cleveland run line up on the site. 10-6 win there. He had a solid start. Definitely happy to see that. Cleveland put up 10 runs yesterday. It's crazy. The under in the Boston game, to be fair, when we did that, I had Paul Blackburn pitching. So when it got switched, I didn't have Paul Blackburn anymore. That one lost. CFL, yeah. The run line for the Atlanta Braves was a nice little winner. The Mets were a loser. Somehow managed to be profitable in the MLS. I had 7 plays up and started off 0-3 with the under in the Cincinnati game, the over in the NYCFC game, and the over in the St. Louis game, all losing. And then the Red Bulls minus 0.75 was a winner. The Chicago, I believe the Chicago Fire was a nice little winner. The over in the Kansas City game was a winner, and the over in the Seattle Vancouver game was a winner. Finished 4-3 in the MLS, so profitable there, including hitting a nice plus 144 with that Chicago play. So I was happy with that, but still down a little bit overall, down 2.13 on the site. Hopefully we can bounce back today. I already got my 5 WNBA plays locked in and ready to go.
There we go. We'll head to the chat here, and then we will get into some games.
There you go.
All good. Sorry, teams. Run line. I tried, only mess up Rangers. Giants run line. Boston run line. Guardians run line. All hit. And the Rangers, though. Ouch. Syndicate just hit the Rays money line, went from minus 120 to minus 135 on one move. I did grab the Rays today. I did double down on the Rays today. Back today, Guardians minus 1.5 was looking towards that. Rangers have a ton of all-stars. What did they do today? Playing the Peacock game. Corbin off a bad start under. I actually grabbed the over last night at a 10. I did grab the over last night at a 10. How about them Orioles and the over 8?
Over 8 pushed.
Yeah. Be careful with the faves today, people. Fair.
Yep.
FCFL. I had a good day yesterday. There you go. Mexico, Panama, Toluca, Chivas, Yankees, and Simeon. All hit. There you go. Be careful with the faves today. Yeah, you mentioned that. Look out. Good luck. Best of luck. There you go. Morning, fellas. Went 4 for 4 on Bovada last night. There you go.
Nice.
We will get into this game, Tim. Some of your favorite type of football.
I wouldn't not like it as much if we were actually winning on the site, but the Owlets and the Lions. The Lions are minus 7 with a total of 45.5. One play or 2?
You know me by now. But yeah, it is what it is. But no, looking at this matchup here, this was one that I had circled after last week, and this BC Lions team keeps putting themselves in these type of situational spots. Last week, they were definitely in a bet against spot. They were against the Toronto Argonauts. They had previously blown out the Winnipeg Blue Bombers as 6-point dogs, 30-6 a week before. And they got humbled last week. I think this is a bounce back for the BC Lions in this spot, and I'm not particularly high on the Alouettes. The Alouettes are coming in off of a 17-3 loss against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and the Alouettes, their only 2 wins this year so far have been against Hamilton and Ottawa. Hamilton's only win was against Ottawa, and Ottawa's only win was against Edmonton. So this is definitely a big step up, and we've seen what happens when Montreal plays a far superior team so far this year. They got blown out last week against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I see the BC Lions dropping 30-plus points on them tonight. I'm on the BC Lions. I laid the 7 points. I'm also on the over 45.5. I see something along the lines of 35-14. And it's been frustrating. Every game's been going under the total. I would like to advocate that this league is exciting and all that fun jazz, but when barely any teams are cracking the 20s, it's really not. This CFL has been terrible this year, just entertainment wise as well. We've had all of I think 6 overs and 12 unders. So I do think we see the regression hit, and we're going to see a bunch of overs start to hit. So I am on the BC Lions laying the points, and I'm on the over 45.5 in this game.
All right, good luck. Lost 2 10-leg parlays yesterday with one game not winning all the good, though. Why are you betting 10-leggers? I bet them first separately, and then I want to throw some money at parlay. Yeah, that's fine. As long as you're not putting a crap ton of money on it. The most I do in a parlay is 3 or 4 legs, and I still think that's too many. And Fernando hit a 7-legger last week. Good work. All right, let's head to a real sport.
We were just on a real sport. Now
we're going to baseball now.
We'll head to baseball now. They're all real sports. Texas Rangers, $1.95 favorites against the Washington Nationals. Total 10.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line movement in this spot between Dane Dunning and Patrick Corbin. Line opened up at a 205. It's now down to a minus 197. So the line's moved 8 cents in the direction of the Washington Nationals in this game. Line opened up at a 9.5. It went up to a 10 when I got it last night. It's now up to a 10.5. Let's take a look at the line or the money count on this one, see if it correlates. As we have 76% of the tickets, 82% of cash is on the over. The lines move towards the over. 91% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Rangers, and the lines move towards the Nationals, which kind of tells me the Nationals are a live dog in this game. Maybe they're able to get to Dane Dunning in this spot. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal here. There's Ballpark Pal. Let me refresh it for today. For July the 9th. And Nationals Park is the number 1 best offensive weather on the slate today. Plus 14% runs, plus 22% home runs, plus 5% doubles, triples, plus 4% singles. So very nice hitter-friendly weather for this game here. For 2 pitchers that I don't particularly trust. Dane Dunning, 2.76 ERA, 1.1 whip, but I expect massive regression from him. 6.06 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 2.48 walks per 9, 272 BABIP, 366 FIP, and a 468 SIERA. On the flip side, Patrick Corbin, 5.79 ERA, 1.79 whip, 7.07 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%. 4.18 walks per 9, a 344 BABIP, a 311 FIP, and a 5.27 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Rangers, 3.74 FIP, 3.84 SIERA compared to 5.4 FIP, and a 4.8 bullpen SIERA for the Nationals. Hitting advantage goes towards the Texas Rangers, 140 WRC plus, which is number 1, compared to 85 for the Nationals, which is 24th. I do think the Nationals are able to get to Dane Dunning here, and I do think the Rangers get to Patrick Corbin here. Rangers team total is 6.5. Wow. It's a 3.5 for the Nationals. I don't hate that 3.5 look for the Nationals. Asking them to get 4 runs against Dane Dunning. I definitely think that is very possible. I would lean towards maybe taking a little Nationals team total over 3.5 here. I think that definitely has some merit to it. But I got the full game over 10 last night at minus 105.
Oh, it's Patrick Corbin.
Yes.
Oh, boy. I really don't know what to make of Patrick Corbin because he goes from allowing 6 runs to Reds. Previous to that, no runs against Seattle. Previous to that, 7 runs against San Diego. I probably lean towards him to get hammered again today. I kind of like your over because I'm not a big fan of Dane Dunning. I know he's been good this year, a 2.61 ERA. But I think the Nationals will be able to get some runs against him, and Patrick Corbin's going to give up a bunch. And if this Texas Rangers team still has the best offense, which I believe they still Yeah, still have the best offense, 5.88 runs per game. If that's the case, then they should be able to put up runs against Patrick Corbin. All right, I'll jump on it, especially after that ugly game yesterday. We'll jump on the over in the first game to start it off.
Yeah.
Back to the chat.
Yo. Let me click back to there we go. Let's take a look. Where do we leave off? Rangers bullpen. Yes. Terrible. Yeah. Pass. I had the Rangers yesterday. Just got blown out in the I'm doing all right. I'm trying to take the bookies money as always. The overs to play. Yeah, I like the over. Rangers and under 10. I swear he's always against us. Always against us. That's good to hear. All right. We'll move on here. Interesting spot, the Boston Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics. Red Sox $1.65 favorites, total of 9.5 in this game. Let's get into it. We have Scott and Sears, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at 165. It's now 175. So the line's actually moved towards the Red Sox here in this spot. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 110. It's a 9.5 minus 115 now. So it's moved up 5 cents towards the over, and it's moved 10 cents towards the Red Sox. Let's see if the money correlates with the move towards the Red Sox and the move towards the over. And it does. 80% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the over. 87% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the Red Sox. Everything checks out there. Look at Ballpark Pal. Fenway Park, 9% runs, minus 8% home runs, but 25% doubles, triples, plus 2% singles. The fourth best hitting conditions on the slate today. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup here in this one. Scott, I'm not really going to go over his stats too much because, well, he's going to go all of an inning. This is a bullpen game for the Red Sox. And on the flip side, JP Sears, 3.86 ERA, 0.92 whip, 8.6 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 1.19 walks per nine, a 231 BABIP, a 454 FIP, and a 4.16 SIERA. I kind of believe in JP Sears here a little bit, but the line movement, I think the market's going to keep me off this game. This is a tricky one. I don't think the Red Sox should be this big of favorites, but on the flip side, I'm not going to back the Athletics in this game, so it's going to be a pass for me.
How good is the Red Sox bullpen, real quick? I know you have all this.
The bullpen advantage goes towards actually the Oakland Athletics. 5.06 FIP, 4.24 SIERA for the Red Sox, 4.3 and 3.96 for the Athletics. So, not really good.
That's all I need to know. I like the over. If the Boston Red Sox have a bad bullpen and it's a bullpen game for them, I could see Oakland putting up some runs. And I'm not high on JP Sears. Although he is coming off of a really nice game versus the Detroit Tigers. He's rocking a 4.09 ERA, a 1-6 record. I think he gets hit a little bit today. I think the Red Sox give up some runs. 9.5 for these two, especially with an Oakland team that's 8-1-1 to the over their last 10. Nick, thoughts on the over in this game real quick?
The hitting conditions are there. It is a bullpen game. My only worry with that would be getting runs from Oakland. There's 77 WRC plus versus righties.
Well, keep in mind it's a bullpen game, so you're not going to get all righties.
Yeah, you're not going to get all righties. Their numbers against lefties are even worse. That's the problem, though. The line has moved towards the over. Money has come in on the over. So, I don't hate the overlook in this spot. What's the number here on the over? It is a 9.5. I can see 10 runs for it in this game. I can back an over here.
Okay. I'm gonna go
right. Over 9.5 minus 115. I'll grab that here. I think we can see some runs in this spot. Let's take a look on this spot. 12-4 in the MLB yesterday. There you go. Good luck. A's run line and a parlay. There you go. Rangers minus 1.5. Rangers are 10-2 since April 9th, coming in off a 4-run loss. There you go. All right. Insider information here. All right. Cool.
Nick, what do we think you want to? I was looking at the Rangers a little bit.
No, I'm not interested in the Rangers. Nope. Bullpen day for the Sox. This is the second bullpen day of the weekend for the Sox. Pavetta manned the first one for the majority. There you go. I was thinking A's, but nah. Fair. Pass. Mariners minus 120. Marlins nerfy. Braves, no. White Sox, no. Guardians, I can see Guardians. Do you want to take the Rangers? Maybe put in Parley. There you go. Oakland has lost 18 straight games coming off of a 5+ run loss. Oakland is 26-15-5 to the over as a road dog. There you go. We are on that over.
I believe they've been that should be about every single road game.
I like the under 9.5. Shocker. Fernando likes the opposite side. See a lot of people like the over 9.5. Morning boys, thoughts on the Mariners money line? That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. Yeah. Maybe live bet. That's about it. Mariners money line today. My best bet, to be honest. There you go. We'll get into that a little bit later. This is the one that I've already made a move on this game. I did a free pick video on this one last night. New York Yankees are $1.35 favorites. Total 8.5 here against the Chicago Cubs. Now let's take a look at the line history here between Kyle Hendricks and Domingo Germán. Line opened up at 137. It's actually up to 138 now. And the line opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It's now an 8.5 minus 120. All right, so it's a 1 cent line movement towards the Yankees, is a 20-cent line movement towards the over. And 68% of tickets, 61% of cash is on the over. That makes sense. And wow, 40% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Yankees, and the line's moved a penny towards them. That's not what I was expecting in this game. But let's take a look at the ballpark power real quick to see hitting conditions in this one. Yankee Stadium, good hitting conditions, plus 31% runs, minus 14% doubles, triples, plus 2% singles, plus 8% overall. So nice hitting weather here. Market's moving towards the over. Let's see if the pitchers and the hitting kind of correlate with that as well. Kyle Hendricks, 1.95 ERA, 0.71 whip, 4.18 strikeouts per nine, which is 13%, 1.39 walks per nine, a 173 BABIP, a 332 FIP, and a 4.93 SIERA. On the flip side, Domingo Germán, 6.57 strikeout ERA, which is and a 1.46 whip, 8.76 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.19 walks per nine, a 324 BABIP, a 548 FIP, and a 4.24 SIERA. His numbers are that bad, and there's a perfect game thrown in there. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Cubbies, 4 FIP, 4.38 SIERA compared to 4.35 and 4.76. And Cubbies, 100 WRC plus, which is 18th against righties. The Yankees suck against righties, 75 WRC plus, which is 28th in baseball. And here's how you back Yankee games, or how you bet Yankee games. You back them against lefties, you fade them against righties, because they are a top 5 team against lefties and they're a bottom 5 team versus righties. And I am on the Chicago Cubs in this game. I got them at plus 127, and I'm kind of interested maybe in a team total over for the Cubs, which is only 3.5 at minus 130. I'm going to grab that as well. Cubbies team total over 3.5 minus 130 as well. I see them getting at least 4 runs against Domingo Germán in this Yankee bullpen. So I'm on the Cubbies team total over 3.5 and the Cubbies full game money line as well.
Domingo Germán ain't him. I know he had that perfect game. He ain't him. And I think Kyle Hendricks will, I think he had a really rough start to the year. I think he's going to have actually, he's been quite solid this year. My bad. Only 8 starts, I should say that. 2.64 ERA, 14 earned runs and 47 innings pitched. So he's been good. And if we saw what the Yankees did against Jameson Taillon with a 6+ ERA, Kyle Hendricks should be able to pitch well in this game. I'm down to fade the Yankees against right-handed pitching. I'm down to fade the Yankees in general. I think they're going to fall off in the second half. I mean, I kind of mapped out at the All-Star break or a couple of days ago when we did Bet Win Repeat, kind of my thoughts on where the teams are going to end up for the American League. I don't really care about the Central. Whoever gets in there, gets in there. I think Baltimore wins the division with Tampa Bay as the first wild card. And then I think we're going to get 3 teams out of the West. I think Houston wins the division. Texas will be good enough to get a wild card. I think Seattle sneaks in. I think New York and Toronto kind of fall off. And I think we get 3 teams from the West. So when it comes to it, I'm all down for Yankee regression. I'll take the Cubbies. We get them at plus 128.
Luck? I don't know about that 100%. I still see the Yankees playing fine in the second half. And the Rays holding on to that division personally. So not 100% on board with everything there, but
that's fine.
I can see what you're getting at. Yeah. Back to the chat.
Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let me stop tracking my plays real quick.
Let me stop putting up the plays up on the site.
All right. Let's see. Cubs money line. Yes. I like the over in the Astros game. It's at an 8. We'll get into that. Cubbies.
Yep.
That boy Ken Hendricks. Huh?
Yes.
Cubbies. Herman gonna get smacked up today.
Yeah.
Actually, know if anyone know if Herman's using any sticky stuff today? Who knows? Under 8.5, 4-3 score. I can definitely see that. That's why I took the team total over for the Cubbies, not the full game over. Yeah. Cubs are 4-20 on Sundays this year. If you believe in weird trends.
Hold on. Those numbers don't add up. LJ, 4-20. That's 24 games. That's a quarter of their games. We haven't played 24 Sundays, right? I know you got double headers in there, but they've played 24 games on Sunday? That doesn't seem right. Am I wrong?
That doesn't sound 100% right.
LJ, let me know. Those numbers just don't seem a little...
Those don't completely add up. I don't think they've played 24 Sunday games.
Correct me if I'm wrong, LJ, but that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah. White Sox team total over 4.5. It's going to hit. Yes. Okay. All right. We'll head to the next one here. This one's an interesting matchup. The Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. I was so glad we stayed off them Phillies yesterday. That's what, the markets were telling me that, the pitching matchup a little bit. So happy we stayed off the Phillies yesterday. Marlins are minus 115 today with a total of 7. Let's get into the line history in this one here, as it's Aaron Nola and Jesus Luzardo. This line opened up at minus 102 for the Miami Marlins. It's up to a minus 118. 16-cent line movement towards the Marlins. Line opened up at a 7.5, minus 110. It's down to a 7 at minus 107, so a full half-run line movement down. Let's take a look at the money. Let's see if that correlates with the line move towards the under and the line move towards the fish. And where is this game? Why can't I find this game? Marlins, there we go. We have 45% of the tickets, 50% of the cash is on the fish. Lines move dramatically towards them. 62% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under. Kind of feeling the fish in this matchup a little bit. Let's get into the ballpark pal. It's probably the roof is still up. So yeah, Lone Depot Park, same numbers as usual, minus 6% runs. Pitching matchup here. It's a good one. Jesus Luzardo and Aaron Nola. Nola 4.31 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 10.63 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%. 2.59 walks per 9, a 278 BABIP, a 386 FIP, and a 3.47 SIERA. On the flip side, Luzardo 2.15 ERA, 0.92 WHIP, 10.43 strikeouts per 9, which is 30%. 1.84 walks per 9, a 271 BABIP, a 268 FIP, and a 3.10 SIERA. He's been good, really good. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Phillies here. 1.76 FIP, 2.33 SIERA compared to 3.41 and 3.39. Hitting advantage goes towards the Phillies here. 121 WRC plus, which is number 5 against the lefties. The Marlins 95, which is 22nd against righties in this spot. But I think the Marlins are the look in this game. I would look towards them first 5 because this Phillies bullpen's been elite. So you can get the Marlins first 5 at -120. That's where I'm going to be moving in this game. Miami first 5 -120 in this spot.
Hey, we agree on another play. Cool. I like the Marlins. I like Jesus Luzardo. I've been on him a bunch this year. I'm gonna say Jesus Luzardo has been the best pitcher on the staff. And yes, that includes Perez. And I think he's gonna have another solid game. We look at his last 3 starts, Nick. No earned runs versus St. Louis. All right, whatever. That's not really a good team. No earned runs versus Boston, which is a 500 team. And then no earned run versus Pittsburgh, 1 earned run versus Washington, 1 earned run versus Seattle, no earned runs versus Kansas City, 1 earned run. Oh, sorry, that's walks. Wow. No, it's 0-0-0-2, 5 against Seattle, 1 against Kansas City, 5 against San Diego, 1 against LA, the Angels. I think he has a solid start today, and I'll take the short price with the Marlins. You can also get the run line at +183. Ooh. No, I'm kidding. Marlins, money line, -120. Let's run it.
Yeah, the Marlins have the most 1-run wins in baseball this year. So that's definitely not a team I particularly want to lay any type of runs with, personally. Back to the chat. There we go. There we go. 2-11 on Sunday. This Sunday.
It's 2-12. He mistyped. Yeah.
Still a great stat. Keeps me off the Cubs. I think Hendricks is due for some aggression, and Stanton warmed up yesterday. That dude is hit or miss. When he hits, he can hit. Yep. Kind of like Twins run line today. Interesting. No. Over 7. Keep the streak alive for both to get ahead of Parlay, -119. JP Crawford and Luis Arraez both going for 10+ game streaks. There you go. Sorry, Cubs are 2-12 on Sundays.
All good. I just wanted to make sure that we had the right numbers. Appreciate it. Hey, LJ, you got all the good stat, all the fun numbers. I like it.
Yeah. Nola was the lights out last game though. Yep. Phillies without Harper today. Whoa. That's I like to hear that. But we'll move on here to the next matchup. Cleveland Guardians, Kansas City Royals. Guardians 220 favorites, total 8.5 in this game. I know, Tim, you're diving deep into this game, so let's get into it. Line opened up at a -223. It's actually down to a 215, an 8-cent line movement towards KC. Line opened up in an 8.5 -110. It's an 8.5 +102. So a move towards the under and move towards the Royals in this game here. Maybe suggesting that the Royals are live dogs in this game. Let's take a look at the money coming in on this game. See if that's kind of, wow, 22% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the Kansas City Royals. 52% of the tickets, 69% of the cash down the under. The lines move towards the under in this spot here. Ballpark Pal has progressive field at +10% runs, +12% home runs, +15% doubles, triples, -2% singles. So really nice hitting conditions in Cleveland today. Everything else does not correlate towards that, though. It's going to be Ryan Yarbrough versus Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber, 3.9 ERA, 1.13 whip, 10.2 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%, 3.3 walks per 9, a 247 BABIP, a 429 FIP, and a 3.69 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Guardians, 4.02 FIP, 3.54 Sierra compared to 4.78 and 4.52. Massive hitting advantage towards the Guardians, 100 WRC plus, which is 16th compared to 68, which is 30th. Here's the thing, though. I don't have any numbers on Yarbrough. He hasn't pitched that yet this year. I think it says something that the Tampa Bay Rays got rid of him. So it's ended up going to be a pass for me. I don't have enough data really to go off of this one, but it's a stay off. The markets are telling me Royals and under. My X's and O's are telling me Guardians in the over.
By the way, Yarbrough has pitched 10 times this year. The last time he pitched was on May 7th.
There it is. I was going to say, hasn't pitched in the last 30 days.
And he's only started 3 games. He started the last 3 starts. But yeah, no, this is a AL Central game. I stay away from these. The only reason why I went after yesterday and we grabbed Guardians run line was, I got to back my boy Gavin Williams, ECU guy. But I want nothing to do with this game. Cleveland is dead to me 4 out of 5 games. So no interest in this one. I got better spots on today's slate. Nick, if you like anything from this game, you can put it up on the site.
No,
Have fun. But I'm
I don't.
just staying away from this one. Cool. Done.
Yeah. Then we'll head back to the chat there, Tim.
Sure. Guardians of the Galaxy. I honestly don't know why I didn't back him yesterday. How did you not back him yesterday with Mr. Gavin Williams? Come on, dude. What are you doing? Royals on sweep alert. Big dog today. So you like the Royals today? Okay. Royals are such a favorite team. They are it's still unprofitable. Yeah. They can't go after them. Guardians run line. Sure. Have fun. I can't do it. Royals get all the money. Come on, 91%. Yeah. Under 8.5. I could see the under in that game.
Yeah, 91% of the money, but only 22% of the tickets.
I got to play in this game, and it's just a situational spot that I know you don't care about.
It's not that I don't care about it. I look at other numbers. But yeah, Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. The Blue Jays coming fresh off of getting no hit yesterday against checks notes Matt Manning and 2 pitchers from the Tigers bullpen, Foley and Lang. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Toronto and Detroit. Line opened up at minus 140 for Toronto. They're down to a minus 126, a 14-cent line movement towards the Tigers. Line opened up at an 8.5, minus 115. It's down to an 8, minus 123. So the lines move towards the under, and the lines move towards the Tigers. Let's take a look if the money correlates with the move towards the Tigers and the move towards the under in this one here. 35% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the Tigers. Big money coming in on the Tigers. 65% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move towards the under. So this kind of tells me Tariq Skubal comes out here and shoves again today. Let's take a look at Comerica Park, plus 11% runs, though. Second best hitting conditions in baseball, minus 2% on the home runs, but plus 7% doubles, triples, plus 11% singles. So it looks like decent hitter-friendly weather and conditions in Detroit today. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Tariq Skubal, he's only thrown 1 start this year. This is his second start back. Let me grab his numbers from the first start because I'm not going to read out my spreadsheet numbers for him because they're all phenomenal because he only threw 1 start, gave up no earned runs on no hits, 4 innings pitched, and struck out 6 Oakland A's. 57 pitches. Does he go further? I don't know. He probably goes a little further in this game. But on the flip side, we have Chris Bassett, who's not looked particularly great lately. 6.85 ERA, 1.77 whip, 10.65 strikeouts per round, which is 25%. 3.8 walks per nine, a 3.97 BABIP, a 5.32 FIP, and a 4.17 Sierra. Bullpen advantage. It's a tough. It goes to the Jays. 3.24 ERA or a FIP and 3.71 Sierra compared to 4.42 and 3.53. And the hitting advantage this goes towards the Jays as well. 104 WRC plus, which is 12th against. And then on the flip side, 98, which is 19th. I'm interested in the Tigers. I know you're coming off the no-hitter. I like Tariq Skubal. I think Tariq Skubal is potential to be the best pitcher on this rotation. And he's somebody that they've been hyping up for a while. He looked really good in his first start. I'm not particularly high on this Toronto Blue Jays team. Now, this is a first 5 spot for me. I can see the Blue Jays winning this full game because the bullpen advantage does go towards the Jays. But for the first 5 innings, I'm taking Detroit at minus 110. I really like Skubal. This is a backing of Skubal for me.
I want to back Toronto after getting no hit, or I want to fade Detroit after throwing a no hitter. Whichever angle you want to go at. It's the same thing. And I'm going to go run line. I'm going to go Toronto run line plus 125. You can't get more embarrassed than getting no hit by the Detroit Tigers. Maybe if you got no hit by like Oakland, maybe that might be a little bit more embarrassing. But top 3 teams that you don't want to get no hit by is definitely Detroit in there. I can't back Detroit after today. I know they got Scooble on the mound, and Scooble is supposed to be a really good guy. This is his second start back from the DL, and this is against a non-Oakland team. Because the first game you said he threw 6 no-hit innings. It was against Oakland. I don't know if we really can trust all that. I think the Jays come into this one pissed off. I'm grabbing the Jays run line. Plus 125 in this one. I know we disagree, but it is what it is.
All right. Back to the chat then.
Blue Jays. Yes. Oh, shit. Here we go again. About to bet the Jays. Yes, Jays. As of 2019, teams coming off no-hitters are 8-27. Off of being no-hit.
Off of being no-hit.
Coming off of being no-hit are 8-27 since.
So that means the Jays are an 18-27 spot today.
Weird. You know what? Normally we fade the pitcher that throws the no-hitter.
We fade the pitcher that throws the no-hitter.
I'm still not touching the Tigers.
So you fade Matt Manning in his next start. That's the way you would do that.
Now, if Tigers go back to no-hitters for the second game in a row,
that'd be funny as hell. I would not hate that at all.
That would be an okay for me. We'll lose that bet. Over 8. No, I don't trust the over. Although if Toronto comes out pissed, they could score the 8 by themselves. All right, Nick. This series is gone exactly. There's no way they were minus 110.
No, this line moved since I typed it up this morning.
Okay. But this has been a series.
It was a minus 110. It is now a minus 126. All right. So
who's out?
The Braves are minus.
Who's out for the Braves?
I do not know. We will. I mean, if you want to try to figure that out, we can. Braves are minus 125 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's get into it. Let's grab the line history in this spot here. If I can find it. Tampa Bay. There we go. Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Line opened up at minus 102. It's up to a minus 126. A 24-cent line movement towards the Tampa Bay Rays. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's up to an 8. My bad. It opened up at an 8, and it's now an 8.5. So line move towards the over. Line move towards the Rays. Pretty significant move towards the Rays in this one. Let's see if the market correlates, and it does. 47% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the Rays. Big sharp money coming in on the Rays here. 70% of the tickets, 65% of the cash is on the under. And the lines move towards the over, which tells me we might see some runs in this game. Tropicana. The roof, I don't know if there's a roof in there or not, but there's a dome, but I don't think it's retractable. Minus 7%. So not anything we have to worry about there for hitting conditions. Pitching, let's take a look. Bryce Edler, 2.9 ERA, 1.13 whip, 4.65 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%, 2.61 walks per 9, a 245 BABIP, a 4.16 FIP, and a 5.04 SIERA. I think he's due for some regression, and it may come in the second half. It may start here. I'm not high on Edler. I'm not. His advanced stats suggest he's gotten very lucky in the first half. Athlon here, 3.82 ERA, 1.08 whip, 9.98 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%, 1.76 walks per 9, a 301 BABIP, but a 2.6 FIP and a 3.29 SIERA, the opposite of Edler. He's gotten unlucky so far, 300 batting average in balls in play, but his SIERA suggests that should be lower. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Rays here. 3.9 to FIP, 3.59 SIERA compared to 3.87 and 3.93. Hitting advantage does go towards the Braves. It always goes to the Braves because they're number 1 in baseball against right-handed pitching. 146 WRC plus compared to 114, which is 9th for the Rays. The Rays are hitting righties right now. They're not hitting lefties. And the way the market's pointing for me in this game, I think we see runs in this spot. This is going to be a dangerous game for me because I think I might have 4 bets on this game because I've already doubled down on the Rays first 5 full game. I got the Rays first 5 at minus 135 and Rays full game at minus 123. I've already bet those 2, and I'm looking at the overs in this game. The Rays team total over 4.5, the full game over 8.5 in this game. The line moves point towards the over because all the money's coming in on the under, and the lines move towards the over. So I kind of see runs in this game, and I don't trust Edler. I think that the Rays are able to get to Edler in this spot. What else did I want to look at real quick? Because the line moved towards the over because the line opened up at an 8. It's now up to an 8.5. So yeah, I'm gonna quadruple down on this game. Rays team total over 4.5, full game over 8.5. I already got the Rays doubled up on the first 5 full game as well.
Oh boy, I actually am going to be putting in a future today. I'm going to take a shot. 40-1, Bryce Edler, Cy Young.
Oh my God, Tim, stop that.
Okay. He is. I know you. Yeah, that's fine. I think he's being really, really undervalued, and that's why the line moved. Because Zach Eflin's been good. Where's Zach Eflin in terms of Cy Young odds? Because I know, well, he's probably not up there because I bet him, and then do we really not have odds for him? Oh no, Zach Eflin, 15-1 now. Sorry, not 15, 150-1. And I have him 200-1, so I guess it's a little bit of that. No, I like, trust me, I like Zach Eflin. He's my boy. I called in the beginning of the series that the Braves were going to sweep, and I'm not backing down of it. I know there's been a line movement. I don't care. I'm taking the Braves again. There's no reason for me to be fading them right now. If you've just been backing them the entire year, I think they're, let's see, are they? They're currently number 4 in terms of most profitable teams in baseball. Nick's going to love the top 3. Not most profitable team in baseball, Nick? We'll talk about their game next. That's the Cincinnati Reds. And then it's the Baltimore Orioles and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then Atlanta and Miami. So there you go. And then the least profitable team is the Kansas City Royals, but we don't talk about them. I'm going to surprised
it's not the what do you call it? The A's.
They're not. They're second to last. This is an Atlanta Braves to sweep spot for me. I'm backing Bryce Edler.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like we could see something very similar to what was mentioned earlier with the Texas Rangers. The Atlanta Braves have basically their entire roster in the All-Star game.
So
are they going to really care about this last game?
Are they really going to care about the All-Star game? Hold on. The All-Star game is an exhibition game that doesn't mean shit. This is against the second best team in baseball. I don't know about you. Hey, you know what is a statement? How about sweeping the team that was the best team in baseball all year up until the Braves going on this ridiculously hot run? No, I don't think they're taking today off. They've got a full lineup. No, I don't foresee them not caring about this game because they have the All-Star game in 2 days. It does not matter. At the end of the day, the All-Star game is an exhibition game, and this game matters. So no, I don't perceive that. Atlanta money line.
Fair. Back to the chat.
Yep. Could be a flat spot for Braves. Not sure. Hard game to get into. Yep. No, it shouldn't be. You're against the second best team in baseball. No, it shouldn't be it shouldn't be a flat spot or a tough game to get into. The Braves should be motivated for this one. Elder gets touched today. No, I don't think so. Braves are 12-4 last 16 road games, 10-4 in the third game of series this year. I'm betting the dog. Braves. Facts. Thank you, LJ. Although you could list off any statistic for the Braves this year and it's going to look impressive. They're freaking 32 games over 500. And Braves fans are not going to want to hear this. This team's got the 2023 Dodgers written all over it. Really, really good regular season.
They've got the 23 Bruins written all over it. They were the best team. They're the best team the entire year, and they're going to choke in the first round of the playoffs.
Which will happen. That's why I said Dodgers, Nick. They were the best team in baseball. The Dodgers. The Braves will end up clinching.
The Braves are not winning the World Series.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. They'll end up clinching somewhere in the middle of August and not play meaningful baseball games for a month and a half. And I don't know about you. They'll have the 1 seed locked up in the beginning of September. Like it won't even be like who's the team.
There will be value fading the Braves in the second half of the season.
I think so. I think there'll be value once they kind of wrap everything up. Right now, no, there's no value in fading them. Right now, They are 8 games up on the next team in the National League. They should have the number 1 seed locked up beginning of September, if not late August. And and then they'll kind of coast from there. And I think they'll end up falling asleep in the playoffs. But we'll see what happens come that. But Braves -2.5, or that could be Rays. I don't know which one. We got 0-7 Steven Matz pitching today. Yes, we do. Braves win. Yes. Braves run line. Yes. Nice, LJ. Braves been on fire. Unfortunately, yes. Braves pitching is overvalued. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. It's because what do you call it? Their offense is one of the best in baseball. That's why they're getting all this run support. But no, the Braves pitching has been phenomenal. I think the Braves pitching's got like the number 1 ERA in baseball.
And that's without Max Fried, and that's without Kyle Wright.
3.55 ERA for the pitching staff of the Atlanta Braves. That's number 1 in baseball. Number 2 is Minnesota. Then Houston, Tampa, and Seattle. So no, their pitching's not overvalued. And dude, I hate that I'm defending them. I'm a Mets fan. This freaking hurts. But no, the Braves are legit. Yes, they're 16-28. What do you say about my Braves? I told you they were going to sweep. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning. The bullpen is average or due for regression. The bullpen's probably the biggest concern for the Braves, but even that's been solid. Might have to catch these hands. Bring it. Bring it around back. Come on, let's do this. Mets are gonna beat the Braves to head to the WCS, right?
The World Series. I think he meant just said WS.
I don't know. I don't think the Mets make the playoffs. There's no chance they come back. No, I'm just joking. I got you. Although Braves fans are the most annoying. Anyway, my Sunday Fun Day sweeper 3-teamer. Baltimore, yes. Atlanta, yes. And Arizona, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Corbin Day. Rangers run line, yes. And the over, yes. Nerfy for the Atlanta game, sure. Sure. And the Mets game, sure. Braves are like the years of Smoltz and Glavine. Yeah, I just hope they fall apart. They're going to win 100. They're going to win 108.
Exactly what those teams did. They fell apart.
Yeah, you never see an absolute dominant team end up winning the World Series.
Yeah,
but let's head to this game, which I know me and Nick are differing again on, but it is what it is.
Yep, I've already doubled down on this game too. I'm on the Brewers first 5 full game in the spot. Let's get into it. Brewers are -130 with a total of 9.5 in this game. I think the Brewers probably win this division. And wow, this line's moved against me since I bet it. Wonderful. This line opened up at a 130. It's down to a 121. Damn it. And the line opened up at a 9.5. It's down to a 9. So the lines moved down half a run, and the lines moved 9 cents towards the Reds. Let's get into the money to see if it correlates. 51% of the tickets, 54% of cash on the Brewers, and the lines move towards the Reds. All right, I don't like my bet anymore. That's probably a loser. 45% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under in this game as well. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal here. I believe the roof is open the roof is at 0%. So don't know exactly if the roof is open or not. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Ben Lively versus Wade Miley. Ben Lively is 6.06 ERA, 1.71 WHIP, 8.82 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%. 2.76 walks per 9, a 3.6 BABIP, a 360 BABIP, a 6.6 FIP, and a 4.47 SIERA. He's been bad. Wade Miley's been okay. 2.7 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, 6.3 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%. 3.15 walks per 9. 263 BABIP, 424 FIP, 477 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Brewers here. 3.10 FIP, 3.2 SIERA compared to 6.48 FIP, 5.22 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Reds here. 101 WRC plus, which is 15th compared to 81, which is 26 for the Brewers. I've already doubled down on the Brewers' first 5 full game. I do not feel comfortable about it anymore with the line moving towards the Reds. So, very low confidence on this one now, but I am on the Brewers' first 5 in full game.
Let me pull it up. Who did you say was pitching for Cincinnati? I got TBD.
Ben Lively.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. How do you call yourself a competing team with Ben Lively and Luke Weaver in your rotation?
Where do you see Ben Lively, just out of curiosity?
On the sports books.
All right. MLB has TBD still, so okay. Yeah, I'm going to end up staying away from this game, although it's a lean towards the over. Because if Ben Lively's pitching, then he's going to probably give up some runs. And Milwaukee's been an over team lately. 8-2 to the over their last 10 games. So I think they put up some runs. I think they put up some runs. And then the Reds have just been an over machine and a scoring machine. You see what they've done lately. 8-3, 5-9, 8-3, 4-5, 7-11. This team puts up runs. And wow, they have a 53-37 over record. Cincinnati's just been an over machine. They're 10 games over. Maybe a Cincinnati team total over. I think Wade Miley gets tagged up today. I think that this game could easily be a 9-7 Reds game. I like the over in this one. Thoughts on the over?
No. Not. I think. Let me relook here because this is one where I think the market's keeping me off the over. Because this line went from a 9.5 down to a 9, even though all the money is on the over. That makes no sense. So no, this is one where I'm staying off the total.
Fair enough. Back to the chat.
Yeah. Take a look here. Like the over in the Arizona game. Yeah. Brewers don't know how to win anything. They just know the meaning of choke. Fair. Swamp Monster is getting touched today. I don't think so. Kind of like these the Brewers over 9. Yeah. The only WNBA I like is going under in the Mystics and maybe the Sparks. Everything else over. There you go. Brew Crew. Yes, Brew Crew. Money on the under. Line moved down to 9. And it looks like we're losing Tim. Tim's, it looks like he's getting the spinning pinwheel of death right now. We're going to remove him until he gets that figured out. We'll move on to the next game, though, with the Mariners as -130 favorites against the Houston Astros. Total 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot between Logan Gilbert and Blake Bielak. Now, line opened up at a -108 for the Mariners. It's up to a -131. Line opened up at an 8, -110. It's now an 8, -118, an 8-cent line movement towards the over, and a massive line movement towards the Mariners in this spot. Let's see if the money correlates with the Mariners and the over here. 48% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the under, yet the line's moving towards the over. Interesting. 60% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the Astros or on the Mariners, and the line's moving towards the Mariners. So big money coming in on the Mariners. And looks like a decent amount of money coming in on the under, but the line moving over, which is interesting. Bielak, not somebody I particularly trust, and Logan Gilbert's not been great. Logan Gilbert, 3.86 ERA, 1.15 whip, 6.23 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%, 1.78 walks per 9, 272 BABIP, a 431 FIP, and a 4.56 ERA. On the flip side, Bielak, 4.86 ERA, a 1.5 whip, 5.94 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%, 4.86 walks per 9, a 265 BABIP, a 593 FIP, and a 5.37 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Astros in this spot, 4.05 FIP, 2.72 SIERA compared to 4.59 FIP, 3.89 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Mariners, 114 WRC plus, which is 12th compared to 108, which is 15th. Both these pitchers, I think, are very susceptible to being hit today, and I like the over in this spot. The market has moved that way, even though the bigger bets are coming in on the under. The lines move towards the over, so they're showing no respect towards that under money. And I think both these pitchers are potentially vulnerable to get hit. So I'm grabbing the over 8 here at -118 in this spot.
Sorry, you said over?
Yep.
I was looking more towards Seattle. I know Gilbert hasn't been good, but once again, does this feel like a fishy line to you?
Yeah, I think I want to take a quick look real quick at the team totals, and I'll get back to you on that.
Now, I'm not laying minus 130. It would have to be a run line for Seattle. And that's plus 132. So nice little bit of plus money. I'd be willing to shake hands with you on this game, Nick. And we doubled down on the over and Seattle run line. I think Seattle puts up some runs against Belak. I'm just trying to protect from Gilbert having a bad game. So I kind of like the over and then Seattle run line in this one.
What's the best line we can get for the money line for Seattle?
131.
I think that's okay. I think 131 because I do like the over. I did also grab the Seattle Mariners team total over 4.5 at minus 104. So I did grab the Mariners to score some runs in this game.
If this was in Seattle and they were minus 131 at home, I would say fine. They're on the road, so they get guaranteed 9 at bats.
Yes.
So that's why I'd be a little bit more okay with going run line. If there's at home, I'd probably still take the run line because it would be even bigger plus money, but I'm going to we'll take the run line and the over.
That's fair. Yeah. I don't like run lines when we don't have to. Personally, I would just lay the 130. That's just the way I am. But yeah.
That's fine. I'm gonna grab plus money with it. And if they win by 1, sue me. That's fine. I'll take the blame for it if they lose by 1.
Yeah. Last game, he said money on the under. Line moved down to a 9, 77% of the money on the under. Fair. Thank you. Sparks spreads are on Lynx and Mystics money line, Sparks and Sky. All right. Mariners. Yep. Brewers team total over 2.5 minus 110. What? That's a first 5 team total. That's definitely a first 5 team total. But yeah, I mean, I could see them scoring runs early. Yep, I said earlier in the chat over 8. There you go. And shocker, Fernando's on the under 8.
Love you, Fernando. It's always fun to have somebody
without fail. No, it's without fail. I find it hilarious. I can care less, but I just find it funny how every single game he somehow is against us. So, we'll move on to the next matchup here: the Minnesota Twins and the Baltimore Orioles. Line open or minus 145 for the Twins. Total 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Joe Ryan and Kyle Gibson. Line opened up at an 8 minus 120. It's up to an 8.5 minus 125. Line opened up at a 144. It's down to a 143. A 1 cent line movement towards the Orioles and a half run line movement towards the over. Let's take a look at this spot here. Money wise, let's see if it correlates with the over, and let's see if it correlates with a small move towards the under. 51% of the tickets, 86% of the cash, or my bad, small move towards the Orioles. 51% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Twins, and the lines move towards the Orioles. That's interesting. 39% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the over. The lines move towards the over in this spot. So kind of saying that Joe Ryan is vulnerable to get hit in this game. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal. Our target field, worse hitting conditions on the slate. Yikes, minus 10% runs in this spot. But I kind of like the over in this game. It's an 8.5. I was on the over yesterday. It hit. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Kyle Gibson, definitely not somebody I rely on. 7.27 ERA, 1.50 whip, 8.31 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. 3.46 walks per 9, a 3.25 BABIP, a 4.33 FIP, and a 4.55 SIERA. On the flip side, Joe Ryan, 4.94 ERA, 1.06 whip, 9.87 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%. 0.58 walks per 9. He's great on his walk, but 284 BABIP, 474 FIP, and a 3.56 SIERA. I do think the pitching advantage goes towards Minnesota Twins in this game. With Joe Ryan over Kyle Gibson. I don't think that's rocket science, though. The bullpen advantage is kind of tricky because I think they're about even. 3.61 FIP, 3.56 SIERA for the Twins, 4.35, but 3.12 for the Orioles. Hitting advantage goes towards Baltimore, 119 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to 114, which is 11th. And I kind of think this is an over spot, and I think the Orioles can get to that to Joe Ryan a little bit here. You're getting a 3.5 team total with the Baltimore Orioles in this game. I'm going to grab that. Baltimore team total over 3.5, full game over 8.5. Little split bet here. I like the over, and I expect the Orioles to contribute at least 4 to it. So Baltimore team total over, full game over.
All right, we had a double up on this one yesterday. Let's do it again today. Baltimore in the over. I once again, Baltimore is the second best road team they're the second. They're the best road team in the American League, and I think the only teams with better road records are the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves. I want to confirm this. And Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati has a better road record. Baltimore 27-17. Atlanta 30-13. Baltimore has a better than Cincinnati now. 27-19 for them. 26-15 for Arizona. Baltimore's one of the best teams in baseball on the road. Going for the sweep against an overrated Twins team. I don't think the Twins should be this big of favorites. You're giving me plus money for my Orioles again, which I've been backing all year long, and they're the number 2 team or 3 team in profitability this year in the MLB. You already know I'm jumping all over them, and kind of a save my ass type deal. I'm grabbing the over as well, because if the Orioles lose, Minnesota's scoring 6-7 by themselves.
Did we lose you? Yep, Tim froze again. All right, cool. But yeah, Baltimore in the over for that game. Back to the chat here. Let's see. Don't let your balls hang parlay. Houston money line. Tampa Bay run line. I love that Tampa Bay run line, man. Orioles are 21-7 on the run line as a road dog. 10-4 in the last 14 games. 9-3 in the third game of a series. Orioles. There you go. Twins. Your fee in Texas, Washington is minus 155, over 1.5 runs, plus 165. I like this because when the over 1.5, because when Patrick Corbin has a bad game, it's always multiple runs in the first inning. Always. Using this Caesars 50% boost on Braves and Orioles. Okay. Orioles and over have been a thing all year. Yep.
My Wi-Fi keeps going out. It's been so annoying.
Yeah, but you're back. We have 4 games remaining before the All-Star break here, Tim. St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox $1.25 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's get into it. We have Steven Matz and Lucas Giolito. Line opened up at 123. It's up to a 127, so a 4-cent line movement towards the Chicago White Sox. Line opened up at a 9 minus 115. It's still a 9 at minus 115. Let's take a look at where the money is coming in, see if it correlates with the move towards the White Sox. It definitely does, and with the amount of money, I'm wondering why it's only 4 cents. 78% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the White Sox, and it's moved 4 cents, which it's moved, but I don't know if that's enough, personally. 51% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the under. The line's not moved there. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal here for guaranteed rate field, plus 3% runs, plus 16% home runs, minus 8% doubles, triples, 0% on singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here for this one. Lucas Giolito and Steven Matz. Steven Matz hasn't been terrible. 3.27 ERA, 1.27 whip, 8.18 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%. 4.09 walks per 9, a 300 BABIP, 2.84 FIP, and a 3.62 SIERA. On the flip side, Giolito 2.9 ERA, 1.10 whip, 10.45 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%, 2.03 walks per 9, a 278 BABIP, a 384 FIP, and a 3.49 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the White Sox here, 4.14 FIP, 3.67 SIERA compared to 5.18 and 4.91. Hitting advantage is a massive one here towards the Cardinals, who have been smashing right-handed pitching the last 30 days. 122 WRC plus, which is number 3 in baseball. On the flip side, 92, which is 20th for the White Sox against lefties. Though this White Sox versus lefties narrative is dead, and I think it has been dead for a while. And for the Cardinals, the offense is not the problem. It's their pitching. It's been their pitching all year long. This line hasn't moved on the total here, but I'm kind of thinking that we see the Cardinals score some runs on this in this game. Where's all the money been? 51% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the under, and they haven't moved the line. They're not respecting the amount of money coming in on this under here. I think we see some runs, and I think we could see the Cardinals put up some runs here as well. I'm kind of looking at the Cardinals team total over and the full game over here in this spot, Tim. I know you probably like the opposite side with the White Sox, but I think the Cardinals score runs here.
I do like the White Sox in this game, but I agree. I like runs. Steven Matz is not good. The only thing is I could see Giolito having a good game, because this is probably what, got 3, maybe 4 more starts with the White Sox before he's traded, and probably wants to try to build up his resume just a little bit more so that a big team really wants him. So I could definitely
a big team wants him.
Oh yeah, regardless, but I think he has a couple of good starts before he gets traded away. Where he gets traded, I don't know. I'm excited to see, but I like the White Sox, and I'll ride the over with you just because I do think that you're going to see some runs in this game. So I'll end up putting up the over, but I am on the White Sox.
Yep, I grabbed the White Sox, or not the White Sox, the Cardinals team total over 4.5 at -103. The full game over 9 at -115.
Sounds good.
Let's see. Mr. Freeze has found Timmy's location. Yes. I hate fading bad pitchers in these situations. Matt's pitching for his career. I could generally see a better performance here. I can. Yeah. I like the over 9 in the Cardinals game. I see runs. Yeah. By the way, touching on this, I could see Steven Matz go out there, throw 6 strong innings of 1-run baseball, and the over still gets there because that Cardinals bullpen's bad. Give me Los Calientine Blancos here. White Sox. Smelly Sox run line. Nick, are you still high on the Cardinals to win the division? No, I've kind of given up on that because the Cincinnati Reds never lose, apparently. So, no, I've kind of given up on that. But I do think they make a little bit of a run in the second half, but it won't be enough. This is Matz plus Hudson backup spot. So, there's your Cards pitchers. Yeah. We'll move on to the next matchup here. We have 3 games remaining. This one's the Colorado Rockies and the San Francisco Giants. The Giants, 255 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot between the Giants and the Rockies. San Fran and Colorado. There we go. Logan Webb and Kyle Freeland. Line opened up at -240. It's now 255. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to a 7.5. So the lines moved down half a run, and the lines moved 15 cents towards the Giants. Let's take a look at the money for this game. Let's see if it correlates a move towards the Giants and a move towards the over. No, under. 65% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the over. The lines move towards the under. That's interesting. That would have me leaning towards the under. I just don't know if I can trust Kyle Freeland. 85% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the Giants, and the lines move towards the Giants. 15% of the tickets, 32% of the cash is on the Rockies, though, which makes them feel a little bit live in this game. Taking a look at the hitting conditions of today, Oracle, not as bad as it usually is, still -6% runs, -27% home runs, but +4% double triples, +5% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Kyle Freeland and Logan Webb. Logan Webb got elected to the All-Star team as a replacement. And he's probably going to have a replacement himself because he's pitching today. Kyle Freeland, though, 7.36. He ain't definitely not going to the All-Star game. 1.99 whip, 6.66 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%. 4.91 walks per 9, a 3.75 BABIP, a 5.47 FIP, and a 5.69 SIERA. He's been horrible. On the flip side, Logan Webb, 4.13 ERA, 1.26 whip, 8.82 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%, 1.65 walks per 9, a 3.37 BABIP, a 3.17 FIP, and a 3.10 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Giants here, 3.35 FIP, 3.5 SIERA compared to 5.45 and 4.67. The hitting advantage goes towards the Giants, 96 WRC plus, which is 18th. Again, on the flip side, 82, which is 25th. I really don't have too much of an interest and anything Colorado here. It would be Giants or nothing. The only problem is if you want the Giants, you're paying a price. You're paying a premium for the Giants here. They're minus 255, and it's minus 128 on the run line. No, thank you. This is a pretty simple stay off spot. It's Giants or nothing. I'm going to pass.
Giants or nothing. I think it's Rockies or nothing. Since when do we really believe that the Giants deserve to be a minus 255, 260?
No, but the Rockies are that bad, and so is Kyle Freeland.
Freeland may be bad. I think there's value in going after the Rockies today. Am I betting it?
Value? Yes.
Am I betting it? No. It's a strong lean towards Colorado, but this ends up being a pretty easy stay away spot for me. I haven't bet on this series at all, and I don't need to go after the last game, so this one will be a pass. Mm-hmm. No, boring. It is what it is. This is Nakin's game of the year. Fun. Rockies, yes. Freeland, 259 batting average against this Giants lineup, 130 plate appearances. 0-7. Yikes. Rockies, 2.84 batting average against Webb in the last 104 plate appearances. So what you're saying is over. What you're saying is both these two teams hit against these two pitchers.
Then why is this line going down?
I don't know, but I kind of like the over. Maybe because of the weather, wind blowing in.
It's the same. It's the same thing every game, though.
Well, people know San Fran's an underpark. I don't know. Rockies are looking sweet in the first 5. Good luck to you. Mets team total over. Yeah, I like the Mets today. But we'll have one more game before we talk about the Mets game.
Yeah, we have the Pirates and the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks 145 favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot between Arizona and Pittsburgh. Line opened up at a 155. It's down to a 146, a 9-cent line movement towards Pittsburgh. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 115. It's down to a 9 at minus 120. So the lines moved down half a run, and the lines moved 9 cents towards the Pirates. Let's take a look if the money correlates with that. We have 24% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the Pittsburgh Pirates today. 58% of the tickets, 70% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup, or ballpark pal, then pitching matchup. As Chase Field plus 3%. It's about slightly above average. But let's get into the pitching matchup here, which I don't believe I have. I do have it. Carmen Mlodzinski against Zach Davies. 2.61 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, 6.97 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 2.61 walks per 9, a 214 BABIP, a 542 FIP, and a 4.04 Sierra for Carmen there. Can you look up how many innings Carmen's pitched, though, real quick? On the other side, Zach Davies, 8.49 ERA, 1.71 WHIP, 6.56 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%, 4.63 strikeout or walks per 9, a 329 BABIP, a 505 FIP, and a 5.37 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Diamondbacks.
Bullpen game for Pittsburgh.
Bullpen game for Pittsburgh. Thank you. 4.36 FIP, 3.81 Sierra, compared to 3.98 FIP and a 4.06 Sierra for the Pirates bullpen. Hitting advantage goes towards the Diamondbacks here, 108 WRC plus, which is 14th. The Diamondbacks are terrible against righties, 74 WRC plus, which is 29th. But I feel like if there was ever a right-handed pitcher they would hit, it would be Zach Davies. And the market's telling me that the Pirates are live in this game. And I kind of want to grab the Pirates early in this game. Pirates first 5. I don't trust them full game. I think the bats full game can get to the pitching staff of Pittsburgh. And I think Davies gets hit here. And I can get plus 125 here for the Pirates first 5 money line, and I'm going to grab it. So give me Pittsburgh first 5 plus 125.
No, thank you. It's a bullpen game for Pittsburgh in there.
Yep.
Now they're about to drop 10 games under 500. Wow. Yeah. This is a Pittsburgh team that's been really bad lately. And then Arizona has bounced back nicely after getting swept by the Mets. They've now won 2 in a row against Pittsburgh, going for the sweep. and I think they converted today. You can get the run line for Arizona at plus 135. That's where I want to look in this game. Arizona, one of the top 3 most profitable teams in baseball. If you keep backing them, I've been backing them a bunch. The way that I'm seeing it, Nick, and I know this is not the way you approach it, I've been backing Baltimore all year, Arizona all year, and these 2 teams have been really, really profitable. I've been backing the Reds as of late. That's the most profitable team in baseball. Atlanta, 4th most profitable team in baseball. So I've been backing the profitable teams, and they just keep winning. So I'm going to keep doing that until the wheels fall off. Arizona still looks solid. Give me the D-backs to win on the run line in this one. I know it's Zach Davies. Don't care. Arizona in this one.
Sure. Back to the chat.
Why are you so high on a pitcher who's never won a game before? Who?
What do you mean?
Freeland? Has Freeland not won a game this year? No, he's 4-9. What are you talking about? Oh, the pitcher for
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh. It's a bullpen.
I'm not high on Pittsburgh's pitcher.
The best and only football in town. It's not the best, but BC in the under. Nick's on BC in the over. So it'll end up being the opposite team in the under. Freeland has been atrocious. Colorado bats dead lately. Marlins first 5, yes. Giants minus 2.5. Good luck. Tigers first 5. I kind of like the Blue Jays. Final MLB game, Nick.
Yeah. New York Mets and San Diego Padres. The Padres $1.25 favorites in this game with a total of 8 in this spot. Let's get into the line history here. Joe Musgrove and Max Scherzer. What a pitching matchup here. Line opened up at minus 117. It's up to a minus 125. An 8-cent line movement towards the Padres in this spot here. Line opened up at an 8 minus 105. It's now an 8 minus 107. A 2-cent line movement towards the over in this spot. Let's see if the markets are correlating with the over move and with the Padre move. It does correlate to the Padres here. 35% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Padres here. The lines move towards the Padres here. 56% of the tickets, 84% of cash is on the under, yet the lines move towards the over. I kind of think the over is the play in this game a little bit at 8. And I know people are going to see these 2 pitchers and not really want to back an over with Musgrove and Scherzer. Petco Park minus 8% runs. That's kind of daunting though. And I kind of lean Padres first 5. Let's get into the pitching matchup real quick before we do that. Max Scherzer, 4.6 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, 11.05 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%, 1.84 walks per 9, a 3.06 BABIP, a 5.2 FIP, and a 3.30 Sierra. He's been okay. Musgrove's been decent too. 2.53 ERA, 1.03 WHIP, 8.44 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 1.13 walks per 9, a 3.10 BABIP, a 2.79 FIP, and a 3.49 Sierra. Both bullpens have been terrible. So maybe a live over in this game could be a potentially decent look because the Padres bullpen 6.75 FIP, 4.94 Sierra. Mets bullpen 4.39 or 4.93 and 5.13. Actually, the Mets bullpen has the edge here. Hitting, both these teams have been good. 120 WRC plus, which is 4th for the Padres. 119, which is 5th for the Mets. I think we see runs in this game. I think that's the way I'm going to attack it here. I'm going to stay off the side. I lean Padres on the side, actually. It feels like a lot of things correlate with the Padres here. I think the over is the stronger play. If you want to back the Padres, I don't hate the team total over 3.5. It's $1.45, so it's a little pricey. So I'm just going to stick with the full game over 8 here in this spot for me at minus 107.
This is a revenge game for the Mets. Remember the last time that they played against Joe Musgrove?
Yeah, he had the shiny stuff on his ear and he shut down the Mets.
The shutout in the 3rd game of the wild card. I think the Mets come out because you look at this lineup that the Mets are bringing out for that for today compared to the lineup from that wild card game. It's almost identical. You're missing. I mean, you look at the lineup for today. Let's look at it just to give you an idea. It's not out yet, but Alonso will probably be in it. Alvarez will probably be in it. Beatty was not part of that game though. Lindor, Marte, McNeil, Nimmo, Fam wasn't part of Fam was part of that game. This is all a team that remembers that game very much. And I think this is a revenge spot for the Mets. I think they get to Musgrove early and often. I'm going to be back on the Mets. I know they lost yesterday, but I want to go right back to them. They've been playing really good baseball. Their pitching looked solid yesterday. Couldn't get anything offensively done against Blake Snell. It is what it is. Blake Snell's been really solid. Also, how about a little bit of a player prop? Francisco Alvarez. What is he? 6 home runs in 7 games.
He's had a ridiculous road trip here.
He's now second on the team in home runs with 19 home runs this year. He leads all catchers. Oh, he didn't play the first month and a half. And when he did start playing with the Mets, because they brought him up from the minors, he platooned with Thomas Nido. So he has not had much playing time, and he has made the most of it. And I think he's put himself right in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. So when it comes to it, I think the Mets take care of business, win this series, and I think we get a good spot for it in this one. So I like the Mets today.
Yeah, I think the over's the stronger play personally because I do lean Padres. Sorry,
I know you do. That's fine. We're not gonna have anything. That's fine. Mets Padres total over 8. That's fine. Yes, Tim. There you go. Mets. Yes. Hey, Twins. Have fun. Good luck. YouTube Ahenity. Welcome back. What about Summer League? No, thank you. Nick. Sorry. Earle Daily Cruz stole everything. Rookie of the Year 2023. I think Alvarez is slightly above him just because of how much playing time. But I think Corbin's number 1 by a little bit right now.
It doesn't matter. Corbin Carroll can, yeah.
Couldn't with Davies. He's the weakest link. 0-7 Mats. Yeah, 0-7 Mats. Yeah. All right, Nick, let's head to the WNBA.
Yeah, let's get into it. This is the first game of the day. I believe this is a 3 o'clock game. Yeah, 3 o'clock. Connecticut Sun, Washington Mystics in this spot. Line opened up at a 3. It's up to a 4. So a 1 point line movement towards the Sun. Line opened up at 159. It's up to a 1.
Real quick, what book is that for?
Oh, my bad. I'll go to DraftKings.
Thank you.
Line opened up at a 3. It's up to a 4.5 on DraftKings. Okay. So 1.5 point line movement towards the Sun instead of 1. Line opened up at a 158.5. It's up to a 160.5, up 2 points. So a 2 point line move towards the over, a 1.5 point line move towards the Sun. Let's see if that correlates here in this spot. Let's take a look. I've got nothing for any type of cash flow in this game. That's annoying. I've got it for all the other games, but not this one. I've got 67% of the tickets on the over and no cash flow. I've got nothing on this game because I have nothing to look at here for me. So this is a stay off spot for me.
That's fine. I'm on Washington. I got him at 5. So I don't know. I don't know where you got some of these numbers, but I got him at 5. Connecticut's they're a good team. They barely they're what 9-8 against the spread with their 13-5. I just think it's too many points. I think Washington with their defense could slow them down. Washington is also coming off of a game where they allowed 88 points to Indiana. So I think this could be more of a shutdown game for them for today. I would lean towards the under as well, but I'm on the Mystics plus 5 points in this one to keep it close. If not, possibly win this game outright.
Fair. Yeah. I think if I'm looking at anything, it's the over.
Sun. First quarter, over. Good luck to you. I have a play in this one. Well, I have a play in all the games, I should say.
Yeah, Dallas Wings at the Indiana Fever. The Wings are 3-point favorites, total 169.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Let me click on DraftKings. Line opened up at a -2 for the Wings. It's up to a -3.5 for the Wings. So a 1.5 point line movement towards Dallas. A line opened up at a 170.5. It's down to a 168.5. So a 2 point line movement towards the under. I got 60% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the Wings. The lines move towards the Wings here in this spot. 50% of the tickets are on the total 50-50 split and no cash flow. I got no freaking cash flow for the first two totals. Really annoying because I kind of wanted to back the under in this game. I lean wings in this spot as well. This is another no play for me.
This is a humongous letdown spot for the Dallas Wings. What was the last thing we saw with the Wings, Nick?
They just beat the Aces.
They won outright against the Aces at a 10.5-point dog, or 8.5, whatever it was when it closed. Now they're going up against the Fever, and they're 3.5. I got the Fever money line at plus 130. I think they win this one outright. And this is a Fever team that's lost 6 straight games, and the line is this close. I figured that when I saw this matchup before the lines came out, that would be a 5-6. The fact that it was a 2.5 at open now to move up to a 3.5, sure. I think the line movement's because of freaking recency bias with the Dallas Wings beating Las Vegas. Give me the Fever money line in this game. I think this one's your trap play of the day. That Dallas is the trap. I like Indiana.
Fair.
Lenny, where are you? Lenny's never on ESP. I called out David Peterson yesterday. David Peterson had a good game. The Mets offense did nothing for him. Wings, nope. Just going over. Okay. Let's head to this game, Nick.
Yeah, this is the last game I have no cash flow on a total.
Nice.
LA Sparks and Phoenix Mercury. Mercury 1.5-point favorites, total of 160.5 in this game. Let's take a look at how this line has moved. This line opened up at a 1 for the Phoenix Mercury. It's now a 2. Line opened up at a 162.5. It's down to a 160. So the line's moved 2.5 points towards the under. The line's moved it's moved a point towards the Mercury. And still early, 50% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the Mercury in this game, but very, very limited sample size on tickets for this one. That's an interesting spot because the Mystics are favorites. The Mystics are favorites. The Phoenix Mercury are favorites in this spot. And I feel like this is one of those where the Sparks are a fade right now. And I'm kind of interested in Phoenix in this spot, even laying a small price on Phoenix here. They're 3-14, and yet they're the favorite. And I get it. The Sparks have not been great. The Sparks have lost 4 games in a row, and 7 of their last 9. But we have the worst team in the WNBA favorite today. I think that tells you everything you need to know. I'm interested in the Mystics money line.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the under. The Mystics have the worst offense in the WNBA. They are scoring. Mercury have the worst offense. What did I say?
Mystics.
I think Mystics are the second worst. Mercury have the worst offense in the WNBA, 76.9 points a game. So not something good. And we've seen LA start to struggle shooting the ball. They have not been good as of late. Although their last 3 games have gone over. It's because of their defense, but I don't perceive the Mercury putting up points against them. These two teams have played twice. They were both in the beginning of the season. Both of them went over the total, but that was also when the Sparks were playing some good basketball. Now they're not. I don't see the Sparks reaching 80 points. I don't see either team reaching 75. I like the under in this game.
Yep. I end up grabbing the Phoenix Mercury minus 125 money line.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, Nick? Sparks. And he's on the over. Fernando, are you deliberately fading us, or because I know you'll like the Aces in this game because I'll be on the links. It's 11.5 now.
It's 12.5 on DraftKings. Line opened up at a 15 on DraftKings. It's down to a 12.5, 2.5 point line movement towards the links. And line opened up at 170. It's up to a 173. Lines moved up 3 points. Let's see if the money correlates with that. 80% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the over. That makes sense. 91% of the ticket, or that's the money line. 91% of the tickets, 83% of cash is on the Aces. 89% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the link spread in this one here. I want to take a look what the Lynx have done this season. Total wise, they're 8-10 over under. I think this game goes over, and this feels like I feel bad for the Lynx spot because what did the Aces just do?
They just lost outright.
It's lost outright. I think that the Aces come back and smack that ass. Like, I think that they blow them out here in this spot. The line movement's telling me not as much because the line's come from a 15 down to 11.5. I'm kind of thinking Aces team total over 92.5, full game over 173.5 though. Because I do like the over in this spot, and I do think the Aces show up in this game, and I think they drop 100, pissed off that they just lost their last game. So I'm on the Aces team total over 92.5, full game over 73.5.
I'm on the Lynx plus the points. I got it at 13.5 though. It's down to 11.5, so I got a good line. Now I know when I mentioned that Lynx have won 5 straight games, and then you ask who, and I say Seattle, Phoenix, Indiana, Seattle.
Yikes. That's a little bit of a step up here.
A slight step up. These two teams have played twice this year, and both games were blowouts. But both games were in Vegas. This is the first one in Minnesota, and Minnesota has looked good lately. I just think 13.5 points is too many. Plus, I forgot to mention this with the Indiana Fever, home dog. It's 22-15-1, and that's 59.95%. I'm going to keep riding with the home dogs until that becomes no longer profitable. But I'm going to, as long as it maintains over 53%, it's still profitable, and I'm still going to run with it. So that's why I'm on the Lynx and the Fever today, because I'm riding out that trend.
Fair. Sure.
I got other people's info and go with there to see if you agree. Oh, I don't know nothing about WNBA. Got it. Aces for sure on this one. Have fun. The over for this game went from 173.5. Shit, that's a lot. On the other day it was 177. It went under 177. Yes, it did. Sheesh, I'm off WNBA. I didn't say you had to be off of it, but I was just asking. All's good. Final game on the card, Nick.
Yeah, Chicago Sky and the Atlanta Dream. The Sky are 2-point favorites with a total of 1.5 in this game. Let's get into it. This line opened up at minus 1.5 on DK. It's still 1.5 on DK. Line opened up on BetOnline at a 1.5. It's up to a 2. So some spots it's moved up to a 2. On Circa, it's down to a pick'em, which is kind of interesting there. On DK, line opened up at a 169.5. It's down to a 166.5. So it's moved down 3 points on the on DK there. Let's see if the money correlates with it. 60% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the Sky in this game. The line's gone from 1.5 up to 2 on some spots. It's 2 on BetOnline. Line 64% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the under, which makes sense. The line's dropped. I'm kind of interested in the Sky in this game against the Dream. And what can we get for it? Minus 130 money line for the Sky. I'm kind of interested in that for them just to take care of business in this game. And that's where I'm going to go here. Skytown, minus 130 money line.
I would actually kind of lean Atlanta. They've won 4 straight games in a row. But this is an Atlanta team that's 12-5 to the over this year. Yeah, they went under in their last game. It is what it is. This is an Atlanta team that is 3rd in scoring this year, only behind the Liberty and the Aces. Those are 2 good teams to be behind. And then in terms of defense, they're dead last. So that's why they've been doing a scoring bunch. So if you want to go after anything with the Sky, Nick, maybe a little bit less juice, Sky team total instead of the money line. Just a thought out there. I like the over in this game. I think there's points scored, and I think we're going to see a bunch in this game. I think we're going to see Atlanta's defense not show up, and I think we'll see Atlanta score some points. So over 167.5. I think I would take alternative overs, even though it's dropped from 169. I got a 169, so I did not get a good line. But I think there's a 180 points in this game. So over. Fair enough. By the way, Patrick Corbin, perfect through 2 innings. So that is all of the games for today, Nick. Do you know what that means?
Yep. Let me click back onto the streamer because I was trying to type up my baseball card on the Twitter. That means it is time for
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website. It's all linked down below. Check out Ballin' Out with Tim Earle on the Picks and Parleys YouTube channel. I went over, the 5 MLB games. I know we just talked over all of them. Go over there, leave a like, leave a comment, tell the boss man I'm doing a good job. Check out SeatGeek, concert tickets, sporting event ticket needs, ESPN checkout, $20 off your first purchase. Also, if you guys are in a non-legal state, there's 3 sportsbooks down below between BetOnline, Bovada, and sportsbetting.ag. All my invitational links are in the description, so make sure you guys check out those books. Dream, there you go. Good luck, fellas. Let's tear these ponies up. I might join tonight. I might join for some ponies tonight. We'll see. Recap. Rangers over, which is currently 0-0 in the bottom of the second. Great start. Oakland over. Over the 9.5. Cubbies, money line. Marlins, money line. Did I check Marlins? Yeah, minus 120 on the Marlins. I kind of like the Jays today. I like the Atlanta Braves today. I like the Reds. Seattle run line in the over. Baltimore in the over. I like the White Sox in the over. I like Arizona run line, and I like the Mets. And then at WNBA, Mystics plus points. Fever, money line. Under in the Sparks game. Lynx plus the points, and the over in the Sky game. Nick?
Yeah. Got a decent amount of action today. Let's get into it. Yeah, I'm also on that over, which looks like crap right now in Texas. Wonderful. I'm on the Cubbies plus 127. I'm on the team total over 3.5. I'm on the Red Sox and Athletics over 9.5. I'm on the Tigers first 5 money line. I am on the Rays first 5 full game, team total over, full game over. I really like that game for the Rays today. Miami first 5 minus 120. Milwaukee, first 5, minus 135. Full game, minus 130. Not as confident on those anymore. Mariners, team total over 4.5. Full game over, what was it? Mariners, full game over 8. Cardinals, team total over 4.5. Full game over 9. Orioles, team total over, full game over 8.5. Pirates, first 5, money line, and the over 8 with the Mets and the Padres. I'm on the Lions, minus 7. Team total over 26.5, full game over 45.5. And in the WNBA, rocking with the Mercury minus 125. I'm on the Aces, team total over 92.5, the full game over 173.5, and the Sky at minus 130.
There you go. Last couple of comments. Housekeeping. Yes. USA money line, maybe the under. Jamaica, maybe the over. I'm guessing that's soccer. Let's close out strong today. Let's do it. Atlas money line. So a soccer game. Just like Cruel Azul, and sounds good. Panama. Oh, no, not Panama. Pumas. Good luck to you, dude. That's just weird language to watch. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We might have a show tomorrow. What is it? Home Run Derby tomorrow?
Home Run Derby show tomorrow. Home Run Derby show tomorrow.
Maybe we might do Home Run Derby and All-Star Game in one show and then take Tuesday off.
There's still WNBA, right?
Yeah, but if there's we're not doing an ESP show for WNBA. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow for some Home Run Derby props, and then we'll see from there. See you then. Bye-bye.